Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another food service trucking video here. This week, today especially, is going to be kind of a little bit different. Check out that weather. 7 degrees. Feels like -9. Dude, it's cold. I know for some of you, you're going to be like, yeah, no, this is nothing. But -9 feel, it's cold. So we're going to talk a little bit about and kind of go, through like doing this stuff in this cold weather. Like, I've got the Carhartt, I've got a hoodie on, got the thermals on, stocking cap, the whole fleece face mask thing. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff to try to keep us warm, and I don't know, it's like you can barely, it's hard to bring enough stuff to keep warm. But yeah, when it comes to like diesel and semi trucks and stuff, there's a few different things that we're gonna have to do this week in order to kind of help with this colder weather. And let's go out to the truck. We'll talk about it just a little bit on our way out to it. Yeah, that's one thing that sucks about the winter time is wearing layers. Like, I hate wearing layers, dude. Like, you can't move, and doing this job you got to be able to move pretty well. Oh yeah, it's cold. Snowed a little bit yesterday. It's probably gonna be a little bit slick here on the ground, so I'm gonna be careful trying to walk out. But yeah, I don't know, you probably can't see it too well from here. Truck parking is over there, and there's what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 day cabs now, and we all left them running overnight. They've been idling all night. My truck's been idling for 10 hours. And the reason for that is, you guys may or may not know, and I'm new to this, I'm new to all this, truck driving or anything. After 15 degrees, pretty much the weather gets below 15 degrees, diesel fuel starts to want to gel up. And if your diesel fuel gels up, that's not good, because that means you ain't starting that truck. Of course, I had to be a little bit festive. Put the wreath on the truck. Yeah, she's been idling all night, and yeah, you're gonna have to just ignore the check engine lights for right now, because it's just one pops on and pops off, the other one's just been there. So yeah, 558,000 miles on the truck, so she's gonna have a little bit of check engine lights here and there. But yeah, she's been running all night. It's nice and warm in here. That's the plus side, is I don't have to wait for the truck to warm up. I'm just gonna do a quick pre-trip on it. A question you might be asking is about wasting fuel, letting it run for the 10 hours I was off. Maybe probably a little bit longer than 10 hours, probably a little like 10 and a half, 10:45. But I didn't use much fuel. I just only used about 1/8 of a tank yesterday since I filled up, and it barely used any. I mean, not even another 1/8. I barely used any fuel idling overnight. Doing things to create the least amount of problems and to keep everything functional, that's what we got to do. And my dad, he's been a driver for years, so I asked him about it. Got some advice from him, and doing some things that he told me to do to help out. And I'll trust that, and follow his instruction on that, since he's been doing it for a long time. Newer equipment is probably a little bit different, but these airlines, stuff like that, it's all the same. You're gonna have to worry about stuff freezing, trailer brakes freezing. Last thing I want to do is to have to get down there with a hammer and try to beat the crap out of the trailer brakes and get those to release. We're gonna get the day started here. I've only got, I think, 7 stops today, and they'll all be going pretty quickly. And then we'll figure out how we can get a little bit closer to home tonight, figure out where we're gonna stay. All right, let's see what we've got going on out here today. Like I said, the tug test is kind of hit and miss when it comes to being cold. As you see, I was stuck to the ground a little bit. Got to get ourselves free. But do a little quick trailer brake test, make sure everything's good, which it is. Everything seems to be working like it's supposed to. We'll get ourselves pulled out of here. without taking the mirror off of that truck next to us. Yeah, everything's dirty, man. All the mirrors, all the glass. And what sucks is your washer fluid's not gonna work. It's frozen. The wipers, they did well in the rain, but they don't do so well in the cold and the snow. So I don't know. It's gonna be hard to find a place that has a squeegee that's thought out enough to actually use it. It's a nice W900. You don't see them very often with the roof fairing like that. Yeah, pretty much everybody in here has left their trucks running. That's why that wreath, boy, that wreath that I put on the front, you know, I posted on Facebook yesterday in a food service group, and somebody's like, well, do you guys not slip seat trucks? Like, yeah, you know, I do. Yeah, but I'll run the wreath. It's the week of Christmas, man. I want a wreath on my semi. It's the first year being a semi driver, and I wanted to put a wreath on my truck, you know? So I had to do it. Well, I decided to go a different way from Corning to Waukee, Iowa, which is like right outside of Des Moines. Not the best decision. These roads back here are pretty terrible. But man, you get tired of going the same way every week. So it's like, you know, I wanted to try something different, but I don't know. These roads are pretty rough. But I did stop and pick up some diesel fuel treatment, some diesel 911, $17.99 at Love's. That's like, man, that's a pricey little bottle, and it only treats 100 gallons. It's really kind of for an emergency, you know, if something happens. You're supposed to be able to pour it in there, and it helps, you know, I guess ungel the fuel. I'll have to read the bottle. I'm not 100% sure. I've never used it, so. But yeah, sun's out today. At least it's you know, nice and bright. I had a clean windshield for maybe a whole, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Same with the mirrors. So it's gonna be a kind of a constant having to re-clean those. But yeah, we're just making our way to I-80, trying to get to our next couple of stops. We only have like 4 left for the day, so you know, just a lot of driving really on this route. All right, so here's that diesel 911. If you guys haven't seen it, for winter emergencies, restores flow of fuel caused by gelled fuel or frozen filters. And like I said, this is like 18 bucks at Love's. Probably a little bit cheaper if you went to like Walmart. Probably a nice thing to have, you know, just in the event that something does happen, which I hope nothing does, but you never know, especially when it's this cold. But been having issues with my trailer. The lights haven't been wanting to connect. I don't know if it's a problem with this cable, problem with the box itself, but you could do a couple things. Like basically what happens is if I pushed up on it, it would connect. So I just folded up a piece of, you know, thicker paper, stuffed it in there so it's holding that pressure. That way I've got my trailer lights connected. And of course right now we got to go clean up the mirror. The glass cleaner froze. That's a first. One in Des Moines, 2 in Ankeny, so it's down to 3 stops. And yeah, like I said, guys, like there's not much room in these little M2s, so you kind of just have to keep everything as organized as you possibly can. And it looks like Nationwide is not on your site. This guy down here is just doing a little scroll through the phone. You know, perfect thing to do when you're the very first person in line at a red light and you're driving. It just amazes me, like how much you see that. Like I've been behind somebody literally that like for 30 miles and they're just all just scrolling. It's like, come on, man, like that's got to be able to wait until you get to wherever it is you're going. But you know, that's how it is nowadays. You know, like the bad thing is like we shouldn't have to have a law against it. And I know some states they do have a law against it, and the police can't actually pull you over and ticket you. But
You know, most states don't have that law, but I feel like we almost need it. We were out here yesterday putting that liquid de-icer and stuff on the roads, and you know, getting the roads pre-prepped. Whereas in Springfield, it's almost like they wait until like something's happening. Like they'll wait until the snow is 2 inches on the ground, then they're like, oh, you know what? We should probably send out some snow plows and treat the roads. So here's one thing, like I can never catch it on video, but I can never understand it. This light, it'll turn red, you know, as the other side's coming across. But there's been so many times where I've stopped at this red light and people will stop next to me, but then they'll just run that light. And it's like, is that a thing? Like, is that a thing that people just do? Or like, because it's a yellow light, it's usually, you know, you could turn right on red, not right on, or left on red, you know, but yeah, that's how they do it here for some odd reason. The signs don't say that you can, you know, nothing says that you can, so I don't get it. It's like, it's a weird unspoken rule in, you know, Des Moines or Ankeny, Iowa. All right, so we are done for the day, well, done for the week, well, you know, the first part of the week, and I've got 3 hours and 30 minutes left on my drive clock, well, my whole entire shift clock, and plenty of time to get to Kansas City. So I've got a 2 hour and 49-minute drive to the hotel that I chose just outside of Kansas City. If you guys know where Worlds of Fun is, I'm staying at a hotel across from that, so it's kind of in that little cluster of hotels back there. I've stayed in it one time, I think on my way back from the other Nebraska run, I'm not sure, but it was a while ago. So I've stayed there before, and yeah, it'll be kind of nice, you know, number one, to get out of this area, because they were talking about tomorrow they're supposed to start getting, you know, some pretty good snow. And you know, while it'd be good content to go through like a blizzard or some real snowy type conditions, good experience for me as a driver, with the way I saw these people driving yesterday, just in a little bit of snow, I kind of don't want to see them driving in more, you know, much more snow than that. So yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, I don't want to be delayed with a wreck, you know, or a pile up, or you never know when you're going to be stuck and waiting for 2 hours, you know, because somebody did something stupid and caused everybody to wreck. You know, you just really never know. But yeah, we're heading out to Kansas City, and it'll be kind of nice because it's only a 2 hour and 50-minute or so drive from Kansas City back to Springfield. So literally, I'm going to be doing half of my drive right now, and then half of it when I get up tomorrow. And I should be able to get up early enough to where I could get back probably around or before 7 o'clock. So it'll be like I've got an entire day off, an extra day off. So that'll be kind of nice. But yeah, real easy route this week. A couple of load issues, you know, as usual. You know, that's to be expected in any type of food service. I'll have to check the weather again tonight once I get to my location and see what how low it's going to get. Many of you guys, if you want to drive flatbed, TMC, they came and talked to us. That's actually their headquarters here in Des Moines, Iowa. That's their training yard over there. Not sure if you could see it, but they came and talked to us when we were at CDL school, and yeah, they seem pretty legit, you know, but they've got probably the cleanest, nicest fleet from what I could tell on the outside that you could see driving down the road. So always like TMC. All right, we are 4 minutes away from where we're gonna stay, and man, when it gets dark anymore, it gets dark fast. Yeah, I kind of can't wait for the times to start going back and staying light later. I don't know. 31 minutes left on the clock. Yeah, I like to leave myself a cushion, just because, you know, I don't know if this hotel might be full. I didn't get a chance to look it up before I went here, but there's a bunch of hotels in this area, so yeah, that's kind of why I chose, you know, this specific area. It's not in the city, you know, it's more in the outskirts of Kansas City. We haven't even made it into Kansas City yet, really. we're within the city limits, but not really in the city. But here's Worlds of Fun over here on the left. I think they're closed for the season. I don't know. I've never been here. Never been to World of Fun. And honestly, I don't really know anybody who has. So I don't know. If you happen to have been here and you watch the channel, you know, let me know. Is it fun? Like, is it a good place to go? Because I mean, we only live like 2.5 hours away from Kansas City, so it's always a possibility. But yeah, just rolling. If I remember, I think the truck parking at this hotel is like in the street. I think I'm just gonna park right behind this car hauler. Might be the safe option. It's not too much of a walk down there. I could park here. I don't want to park in front of him because there's an entrance to this building here. So I guess right here is gonna do. I mean, I don't really have too much of an option. I don't want to park on the other side because I want other trucks to be able to get through here. But yeah, this is it. Woo, just look at how dirty this thing got. Jeez. Yeah, it's showing some good miles right there. 400 today, not too bad. Yeah, driving 400, yeah, doing all the unloading and stuff like that. But got that going on. Yeah, I'm in or at the hotel, getting ready to go check in. It's been a little bit since I've actually ended a video with me talking to the camera. Usually it's on my head. Guys, if you like the video, please hit that like button. Subscribe for future content. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff is down below in the description. And we'll see you all guys in the next video. Oh, have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you all before then. You know, celebrate with your family, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, you know, whatever it may be, or even if you don't, have a good weekend. See you guys later.